Welcome back. Thank you for staying with KTN Prime.
Now let's go to that battle of the sexes. Devolution Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru is making spirited attempts to counter a draft bill to postpone indefinitely the enactment of the two-thirds gender rule.
Now, Waiguru told the National Assembly's Constitution Implementation Oversight Committee that a counter-draft bill on gender parity was ready and should be discussed by Cabinet next week ahead of its tabling in Parliament.
But Chairperson of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, Samuel Chepkon'ga, has maintained that he will not withdraw his bill.
And we made a decision.
The National Assembly's Constitution Implementation Oversight Committee invited various ministries and commissions to know efforts made towards drafting various laws for implementation. Last week, Chairperson of the National Assembly's Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, Samuel Chepkon'ga, tabled the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 that seeks to amend the Constitution to allow for progressive realization of gender parity. Chepkon'ga insists he acted within the law and will not withdraw the bill, as had been suggested by the Constitutional Implementation Commission Chair, Charles Nyachai. Devolution Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru said her office had already presented proposals of the Technical Working Group on Gender Rules to Nyachai Commission for review ahead of publication.
We made a decision that we would rather go with the amendment of Article 81B in the format in which it has been published and has gone through the first reading.
They are giving you a report about processing that bill, and then at the same time, a member of parliament, a parliamentary committee, on the same issue, is publishing a bill purporting to address the same issue. I think, you know, it begins to look a little a lack of seriousness on our collective part.
I think the CIC is blowing hot and cold on this issue. If they had something, I mean, I think the chairman has taken the bull by the horns and he has presented something. If CIC and the other actors were really serious, they should have come in earlier.
We've already submitted the bill to CIC and Kenya Law Reform. It is really up to them to finalize with it for us to be able to submit it to Cabinet.
Let's remain mindful of 27th August deadline, and if you come up with a draft proposal, bill, that would actually overtake some of the amendments they are proposing, I'm sure he's a responsible member who will be able to convince to maybe withdraw the relevant amendment.
On Monday, Attorney General Professor Githu Muigai wrote to Judith Ongori and company advocates stating that though the Supreme Court gave Parliament up to August 27, 2015 to come up with legislation on how the two-thirds gender principle will be met in the 2017 polls, what should be before Parliament for debate, enactment and assent by the 27th August is the legislation to give effect to Article 100. Article 100 provides that Parliament shall enact legislation to promote the representation in Parliament of women, persons with disabilities, youth, ethnic minorities and marginalized communities. Later in her office, Anne Waiguru mobilized women and demanded that Chepkon'ga should withdraw his bill. Curiously, Waiguru never pushed that line when she appeared before Parliament.
We call upon the National Assembly to withdraw the proposed bill and urge that Parliament takes more time to consult with all parties concerned.
I'm sure the same bill that you have sent to the executive, when it comes, when it's read for the first time, it will be sent to the same committee. We will then consider. If we think that ours is moot, then we withdraw. If we think yours is moot, then we will ignore.
Speaking from South Africa, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi proposed the scrapping of women rep and nominated MP positions and instead have 100 nominated slots to address gender rule. What is Maendeleo ya Wanawake take on Muturi's proposal?
I believe that today, as we assemble together with the ministry and the commission, that we are beginning to win this war. And this war must be won.
Despite the August deadline fast approaching, the Constitution has allowed Parliament to extend it by a period not exceeding 1 year if it garners support from at least two-thirds vote by members. Patrick Amimo, KTN.